para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Patuloy po ang pag-agapay ng Resources for the Blind o mas kilalang RBI sa mga taong may visual impairment. Ito po ay isang non-profit organization na goal ay ma-empower ang mga blind sa pamamagitan po ng pag-access sa information, education at pagbibigay ng opportunities.
Ito'y para hindi malimitahan ang participation ng mga may visual impairments sa ating lipunan. Makakausap na natin si Lorinda Ang. Siya po ang head ng Resource Development Department ng RBI. Magandang hapon, Ma'am Lorinda.
Magandang hapon po, Sir Julius and Ma'am Pinky. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita sa amin.
Dati nakilala ko na rin kayo before, no?
Yes.
Sa aking show sa kabilang channel. I think sa Mission Possible yun, no, ma'am?
Yes po, 2 beses po kayo nagpunta sa
Tama,
hindi
tama.
naman nagpunta isang beses, pero twice po na na-feature.
Yes.
Maraming salamat.
Oo. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a partner dito sa ating pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan. Anyway, ma'am, paano po ba naitatag ang Resources for the Blind o RBI?
Nagsimula po siya 37 years ago. Actually, magsa-38 na. Nagsimula sa isang blind teacher and missionary. In-approach siya ng blind pastors asking for an accessible format ng Bible so that they can share. Kahit na blind sila, makakapag-share pa din sila ng Word of God to others. So doon po nagsimula yun. The very first project of Resources for the Blind was the Filipino Braille Bible. Kaya doon po nagsimula and then doon na po nagsanga-sanga yung mga programa at mga projects na ginagawa po namin.
Ayun. Ang ganda naman no ng adhikain. At paano specifically po natutulungan ang mga may visual impairment po, ma'am?
So marami po kaming programs. We have 4 clusters. Una sa education. So one of our mission and vision is to help enable them reach their full potential. So paano ba nila ma-reach itong full potential na ito o ganap na pagbabago sa kanilang buhay ay dagdagan ng kaalaman. So training, edukasyon, pag-aralin para mahubog pa yung mga skills na meron sila, kung ano man yung kailangan nilang malaman so that they can live as independently as they can. Dahil ang magulang, hindi naman lahat laging nandyan. Yung mga tutulong sa kapaligiran, hindi laging available. So we have to make sure that they are able to live as independently as they can. They can take care of themselves. So simula yan sa pagkabata. We always say, yung mga programs namin, from womb to tomb. So pagkapanganak pa lang, we encourage the parents, since sila yung laging nandyan sa 24/7, sila yung kasama, to get in touch with us para we can guide them on how to take care and handle their children, even their babies with visual impairment. And then may programs din kami for elementary, high school, college, hanggang sa employment program, which is also our focus at this time. And once part na sila ng community, lalo rin kaming nagiging involved in their lives to make sure that they are also able to pay back. To prove na na-reach nila yung full potential nila, nakakatulong na sila pabalik dun sa mga nagsisimula na katulad lang nila dati. So, education, and then we also have our eye care, syempre sa mata. If we can still try to restore or maximize their remaining vision, we also have a program for that. Social inclusion para dun sa mga medyo na bulag at a later stage in life, yung mga nagkasakit, na aksidente, mga ganyan. So we try to include them back in the society. Ano pa ba yung pwede nilang gawin ulit? Kasi yung iba na de-depress, akala nila end of their life, bulag na ako forever, wala na akong magagawa. Diyan na lang ako sa isang tabi. Which is not true. So that's where we come in. We also have a program for that. And then we also have our values formation program focused on Christian values. So meron din kaming nakatuon doon sa program na yun ng aming mga blind pastors na nagsisimula rin sa mga schools where children with visual impairment are enrolled. So we make sure na lumalaki sila ng tama according to what the Bible teaches, as we are a Christian organization. So yun po, maraming pwedeng gawin, maraming pag-asa. That's what we are trying to relay that message across to all persons with vision.
Oo, alam niyo, Ma'am Lorinda, we are so impressed, no? And we salute you for what you do. Ang lawak ng sakop ng mga gawain nyo, no? Para ma-reach nga nila yung kanilang full potentials. But of course, it's not an easy task. Diba? It's not an easy feat. So ang gusto po namin malaman at this point, ma'am, ano po yung mga challenges na usual na pinagdaraanan nyo para alam din namin kung paano po kami makakatulong and how to create awareness?
Well, one major challenge, yung discrimination. Minsan, mismo sa pamilya, hinahadlangan yung development na pwedeng mangyari sa bata. Mainly because of lack of awareness. Naiisip siguro ng magulang, yun nga, kapag nabulag, wala nang pwedeng gawin, aalagaan na lang. So, ang tendency is to serve, pakainin na lang, pagsilbihan, minsan susubuan kahit malaki na. So, yun yung gusto naming mawala na kaisipan ng mga kamag-anak and family members na there is life, kailangan lang talaga ng support. So, siguro dun papasok yung twin track approach na meron kami, which we don't focus just on the person with visual impairment, but we also try to help the families and the community or the circle where they belong to make sure na yung full potential nila ay makakamit. So, isa sa mga challenges dyan, yung openness nga ng community, pag sa pagtatrabaho, yung mga employer, lalo ba sila ka-open, tanggapin itong mga persons with visual impairment in their workplaces. So, nandun yung mga major barriers na kailangan namin lagpasan. Sa eskwela pa lang, pagdating sa college, anong courses ang pwede? Maraming eskwela ang umaayaw. Dahil sabi nila, wala silang skill to teach persons with visual impairment, wala silang facility. It's because they also lack awareness na meron silang pwedeng gawin. Of course, there are adjustments that they have to make. But hindi ganun kahirap na katulad ng iniisip nila dahil marami na rin naging bukas sa kaisipan na pwede silang mag-aral, pwedeng matuto, and definitely nag-e-excel sila, whether in the workplace, at school, or even in the community. So, doon magsisimula. Yung lack of awareness sa ngayon, I think that's one of the major challenge that we have. Kung paano sila tatanggapin wherever they are. Sa pamilya, sa eskwela, sa community, sa workplace. And of course, yung funds to continue with the programs. But it's actually secondary. Kasi kahit naman marami kaming pera, if the community and if everyone else will not accept, they will not open their minds to the possibility of including these persons with visual impairment, wala rin mangyayari.
Oo. Ma'am, sa dami po ng inyong gawain, sino po ang partners nyo or mga kaakibat nyo para maging successful at maitawid ng successfully ang lahat ng inyong mga nailatag na mga programa?
So by the grace of God, maraming partners, maraming naniniwala sa ginagawa namin. Katulad nyo, katulad ni Sir Julius, na ilang beses na pong namin nakausap at nakatulong din sana kami dun sa mga inilapit niya sa amin dati. Mga private corporations, mga donors, individual donors, and then we also have, of course, international funders who devote or dedicate to allot specific budgets for our programs and activities.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Pati government po. We have partnerships with the DepEd, DICT, DOST, so those are NCDA, so those are just some of the government agencies that we work with.
Oh, that's good to know. At kumusta naman po ma'am ang feedback ng mga magulang at maging ang mga merong visual impairment? Sila mismo, what do you hear from them po?
Yung mga natulungan namin, we hear so very, very good feedback from them. Especially yung mga nagsimula sa amin because we used to have a preschool. But during COVID, lalo na nung COVID, we have to temporarily close it down. May mga estudyante nagsimula sa amin 3-4 years old for their preschool education to prepare them for mainstream schooling. And hanggang makagraduate sila, hanggang ngayon na nagtatrabaho sila, they still go back to Resources for the Blind. minsan sila na yung resource persons. Actually, madalas sila na yung resource persons, sila na yung naging model. Kaya their parents are forever thankful for whatever we did to them to enable them to reach where they are now.
Ganda. Paying it forward, ika nga.
Yes.
Oo. Tapos ma'am, yung mga magulang po, to better understand the needs and how to help their children na visually impaired, dumadaan din po ba sila sa training?
Yes. So sabi ko nga kanina, yung twin track approach, we focus not just on the person with visual impairment, pero pati yung mga tao sa paligid nila. So let's say, yun nga, unang-una yung pamilya. Tinitrain namin sila and I think 2 months ago, nag-conduct kami ng training for Braille, reading and writing, nakasama yung parent at saka yung bata. Kasi kung yung bata marunong magbasa at magsulat ng Braille, paano tutulungan ni magulang pagdating sa bahay, paggawa ng assignment kung hindi niya naiintindihan?
Tama.
So we have to make sure kahit yung basic lang, alam niya kung paano yung Braille, reading and writing to get and to achieve that full potential. Para kahit saan magpunta yung bata, may suporta sa RBI, pag-uwi sa bahay, paglabas sa community. So yun po ang ginagawa niya.
You mentioned community. I'm not very familiar kung paano po yung setup dito sa ating bansa. Pero when we travel, like when we go to Japan, sumasakay kami ng subway, nakikita namin kung gaano yung concern ng gobyerno sa mga may visually impaired na mga citizens nila. Ganon din po ba sa atin sa mga public stations? Meron silang mga, alam niyo yung lane nila na doon sila dumadaan when they use their cane, yung ganon. Meron din ganon po sa mga public stations?
Sadly ka ngayon, hindi pa masyado. Hindi ganun ka-accessible at hindi siya ganun ka-friendly sa persons with visual impairment. Sa elevator pa nga lang, di ba hindi naman lahat ng elevator merong braille that they can read sana para alam na kung saang floor papupuntahin yung elevator.
Yeah.
At saka yung audio cues, like you are already in the 3rd floor. So hindi na niya alam kung saan na nagbukas. So, medyo hindi pa. We have done so much, but still a long way to go. Marami pang kailangan gawin.
Ano po ang gusto niyo ipanawagan sa ating pamahalaan?
Ayan. Ang pamahalaan, although nakakatulong naman din sila in activities, pero siguro kulang pa. They should be more open to persons with disabilities, specifically for persons with visual impairment. Kasi disabilities, lalo ngayon, ang dami na. Across disabilities, iba-iba, di ba? Not that we want the government to ignore the others, pero siguro they should focus more on the specific needs of each. Kasi right now, what we are observing is that pag sinabing accessible, pag may rampa sa building, yun na yun. Pero paano yung blind? That's just for those with yung mobility disability, di ba? Hindi yung may naka-wheelchair, ganyan. So paano yung hindi nakakakita or kung hindi nakakarinig, paano din? So I guess they have to be more attuned to the specific needs of each disability. Walang blanket solution. So, kailangan yun. At mas makita nila yun so that they can give the appropriate intervention at ma-address ng tama yung mga kakulangan at pangangailangan nilang lahat.
And Ma'am Lorinda, paano po mag-enroll ang isang may visual impairment sa RBI? Can they just enroll?
Well, we are not a school. We used to have a preschool, pero as of right now nga, hindi pa namin siya na-open ulit. But if they are having challenges in enrolling sa schools where they reside, they can go to us to ask for help. Because we have trained teachers in selected schools in different areas na ready tumanggap ng persons with visual impairment. At skilled na sila because we have already trained them. So we can refer them to those schools to make sure that they will get the proper treatment and get the modified way of teaching na kailangan nila to make sure na effectively matuto sila. Because yung mga teachers alam kung paano turuan. Kasi yun nga, isa yun sa mga challenges if the teacher is not aware of how to do it. Sasabihin niya, doon, or yaan. hindi naman nakikita pag tinuturo. So they have to be more descriptive. That's one of the training that the teacher should know.
At this point, ma'am, the floor is yours. You may want to, appeal to our viewers, call to action. Kailangan po ba ng more funds for education and to carry out your mission?
Yes, definitely more funds. Because marami sa mga bata, yung mga batang bulag o may kapansanan sa paningin, marami sa kanila mag-e-excel talaga yan because we have already seen it through the years. Marami sa kanila ang pwedeng mag-excel basta mabigyan ng tamang training, tamang edukasyon. Nagkataon lang yung iba, kinulang sa resources para mag-aral. So, kailangan po namin ng tulong para pag-aralin sila. Maraming mga bata na nakapila na gustong mag-aral. Para may balik namin sila sa eskwela and they stay there and remain until makumpleto nila yung kurso na gusto nila o kung ano man po ang gusto nilang matutunan. If they want to have their own businesses, sinusuportahan po namin yan. So that they can reach their full potential, malaman nila ano ba talaga yung magiging purpose nila sa buhay at hindi lang sila aalagaan, hindi sila pagsisilbihan. They can be productive citizens of the country once nakuha lang po nila yung tamang training na nagsisimula sa edukasyon sa eskwela. Kaya marami po kaming mga ini-sponsoran. As of now, 100 plus po yung ini-sponsoran namin na mga bata na may kapansanan sa paningin nationwide. So kahit saan po kayo sa Pilipinas or kahit sa labas man po ng Pilipinas, pwede po kayong mag-sponsor ng ating mga scholars mula may elementary, high school hanggang college po to make sure na makukumpleto nila yung pag-aaral na kailangan nila para maabot nila yung kanilang full potential sa buhay at maging produktibong mamamayan ng Pilipinas. We only have one country, one community is where we are in. So, social inclusion po ito. Isama natin sila sa ating komunidad. Pag-aralin ng tama para pare-pareho lang tayo na merong function sa ating pong bansa.
And for inquiries, ma'am, how do they get in touch with you para mailatag niyo po doon sa mga interested pong tumulong? Saan po ang inyong socials? How to get in touch with you?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, you can call us. Manila office, ang aming pong head office, 8726-3021 up to 24. And our Facebook page is Resources for the Blind Inc. Philippines. We also have our YouTube channel, Resources for the Blind RBI. And you can always send us a message, email info@blind.org.ph. So message lang po kayo sa page namin and I will make sure that we act on your messages because ako rin po yung nag-handle ng message. That's why I can invite you personally and make sure that we will reply and try to help, try to see what we can do for you. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din sa inyo. Mabuhay po kayo, Lorinda Ang of RBI. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayo.
God bless.
God bless you also. Sakto naman, no? Birthday ng aming kumare at matalik na kaibigan.